Hello my dear friends, I welcome you all to our channel Best Notes Tutorials. In this video, I'd like to inform that we are preparing for Kendriya Vidyalaya PGT English and Atomic Energy School PGT English. So if you want, you can join our WhatsApp group also for free. There we will provide PDF and a video link where we will explain different topics which are related, of course, to the examination. So be with us and let us begin with the preparation. Today will be day one, and every day we are going to upload a video for the preparation. So if you wish, you can join, and please send your feedback at the end of the video. Let's begin.
Friends, today is day 1 and the topic is Christopher Marlowe. Let's see the question number 1. What was the occupation of Christopher Marlowe's father? Your options are option A, carpenter, option B, civil servant, option C, shoemaker, and option D, farmer. So the right answer is option C, that is shoemaker. Christopher Marlowe's father was a shoemaker, but still his son, that is Christopher, became a great writer. So please make a key hook that son was great and father made him great by doing this job. This will be a hint to remember this point. Let's see the highlighters. Christopher Marlowe, also known as Kit Marlowe, was baptized Christian. He was born on 26th January 1564 and he died on 30th May 1593. He was an English playwright, poet, and translator of Elizabethan era. Now, from this first highlighter, we have so many questions. First, what is the nickname of Christopher Marlowe? Next, when he was born, when he died, alright, and he was an English playwright. He was not from any other language, any other nationality, but he was an English playwright, poet, translator, etc. And he belonged to Elizabethan era. Okay, so please keep all these points from highlighters point number 1. Don't forget it because question might be asked from anywhere. Let's move to the next highlighter. Modern scholars count Marlowe among the most famous of Elizabethan playwrights based upon the many imitations of his play Tamburlaine. So here we find that the writer of the play Tamburlaine is Christopher Marlowe, and because of excessive success of this, he was marked as most famous in Elizabethan age. They consider him to have been the foremost dramatist in London in the years just before his mysterious early death. Christopher Marlowe had died untimely, and before his demise, he has given us more dramas, especially like Dr. Faustus. It is extremely marvelous classic play and it is a morality play. So before his death, he has given us such classic works and we recognize him still as a great dramatist. Some scholars also believe that he greatly influenced William Shakespeare. Now see, this is the incident which happened prior to William Shakespeare, before William Shakespeare. So it is said that even William Shakespeare is inspired by Christopher Marlowe. See the line out here, very important line. Some scholars also believe that he greatly influenced William Shakespeare. It means before William Shakespeare there was another great dramatist, another great playwright, and that is Christopher Marlowe. We know that William Shakespeare had a very great hand in plays. We have a lot of plays of William Shakespeare, but before him also there was a great personality and it was Christopher Marlowe, who was baptized in the same year as Marlowe and later succeeded him as the preeminent Elizabethan playwright. Now, just like Christopher Marlowe, even William Shakespeare was baptized, and because of these, in some of the dramas we find Christian essence. Let's move to the next point. Marlowe was the first to achieve critical notoriety for his use of blank verse, which became the standard for the era. Now, see, if you know blank verse, you will understand it very easily. See, this means no rhyme, no rhythm. All right, there will be a flow of emotion in writing. There is no metrical length anywhere in his writing. He writes according to the flow of his emotion. So this is called blank verse, and he received critical appreciation for writing in blank verses. So please remember, whenever you get a question, that what was the expertise of Christopher Marlowe's structure of writing, then you must write it is blank verse. His plays are distinguished by their overreaching protagonists. Now see
They
here,
are
the protagonists
so close to the
which he
readers
create
or
in his
the
drama,
viewers
they are
that
excessively
they
become popular automatically because of their very powerful and very staunch performance. Themes perform Themes found within Marlowe's literary works have been noted as humanistic, with realistic emotions, which some scholar, which some scholars find difficult to reconcile with Marlowe's anti intellectualism and his catering to the taste of his Elizabethan audience for generous display of extreme physical violence, cruelty, and bloodshed. Now, see, in his work, we find humanistic essence and with realistic emotions. When we read the play, when we go through the characters, we see they are realistic. When we read plays, let me give you example of Dr. Faustus, and in that Dr. Faustus, we can relate ourselves to Dr. Faustus because in modern time we are excessively in want of money. All right, and this was the agony, this was the longing of Dr. Faustus as well, and that is why he made a bargain with Lucifer. So we have to understand that the characters that he created are so realistic that people get engaged to that. And he doesn't write about intellectuality because he doesn't want that to happen. He wants people to be morally upright and humanistic in nature, which is the basic essence of any human. And then comes development, intellectuality, and this and that. So, Christopher Marlowe followed to create a base, a foundation for entire human race, and this is excessively accepted by the world. Let's move to the next point. Events in Marlowe's life were sometimes as extreme as those found in his dramas. See, Christopher Marlowe has created many characters in play, which is the requirement of any play because we cannot just have one character. But the pain that those characters went through, alright, the characters of drama used to face a lot of trouble, but those troubles were much more, or they were in magnitude in Marlowe's life. It means Marlowe's life was not simple, it was as difficult as the characters of his plays. Next, reports of Marlowe's death in 1593 were particularly infamous in his day and are contested by scholars today due to a lack of good documentation. His demise was not natural, and therefore, people are still inquisitive to know about the true reason of his death. Traditionally, the playwright's death has been blamed on a long list of conjectures, including a barroom fight, blasphemous libel against the church, homosexual intrigue, betrayal by another playwright, and
espionage.
from the highest level, Elizabeth I of England's Privy Council. Now, see, it is believed that his death is conspired by royal family because they were not happy with Christopher Marlowe on many points. As I told you that he wrote on Christianity, where a human being who is inquisitive about earning more power makes a deal with Lucifer. So that topic was not acceptable to these people, okay, royal authority, and that is why maybe, all right, there's a doubt that maybe his death is planned by royal people. So whether it is true or not, we don't know, but these could be the reasons behind his death. Unless and until we have a concrete proof for it, we cannot say it firmly. So it is given benefit of doubt, and it was subsided by all. Let's move to our second question. From where Christopher Marlowe received his early education? Your options are option A, Corpus Christi College, option B, Cambridge, option C, Oxford, and option D, Wittenberg. Your right answer is option A, Corpus Christi College. Christopher Marlowe completed his early education from Corpus Christi College. Let's see the highlighters to remember this answer. At age 14, Marlowe attended the King's School, Canterbury on scholarship, and 2 years later Corpus Christi College, Cambridge, where he also studied on scholarship and received his bachelor's of arts degree in 1584. So here you might be asked two questions. First of all, at what age he went to the King's College, and next, in which year he completed his graduation. Friends, another important date in this second highlighter is this: the year 1587, when university hesitated to award his Masters of Arts degree because of a rumor that he intended to go to the English seminary at Reims in northern France, presumably to prepare for ordination as a Roman Catholic priest. So this was just opposite of their principles. Therefore, they hesitated to give this award to Christopher Marlowe. If true, such an action on his part would have been a direct violation of royal edict issued by Queen Elizabeth I in 1585, criminalizing any attempt by an English citizen to be ordained in the Roman Catholic Church. Common people could not be the priest of Roman Catholic Church, and therefore he was stopped from giving degree, but later on it proved to be false. Let's move to question number 3. What was the first published title of Christopher Marlowe's play, The Jew of Malta? Option A, The Tragedy of the Jew of Malta. Option B, The Tragedy of the Rich Jew of Malta. Option C, The Famous Tragedy of the Rich Jew of Malta. And option D, The Story of the Rich Jew of Malta. So the right answer is option C, that is The Famous Tragedy of the Rich Jew of Malta. Please remember this. This is the full title of Christopher Marlowe's play. Let's focus on highlighters as well. The Jew of Malta, the full name of the book is The Famous Tragedy of the Rich Jew of Malta, is a play by Christopher Marlowe which was written in the year 1589 or 1590. Please remember especially the date when it was written, that is 1589 or 1590. Out of these two you will get only one in the option, so you have to choose one. It's not that in the examination you will get both. The plot primarily revolves around a Maltese Jewish merchant named Barabbas. So in that book, The Jew of Malta, the main character is a Maltese Jewish merchant, and his name is Barabbas. Please remember the character's name of the play, and he was from this community, Jew community, and by profession he was a merchant. The play which is mentioned here is symbolic. Now, symbolic to what? Symbolic to the situation which was prevalent at that time. Let's see this highlighter to understand more. The original story combines religious conflict. Please remember religious conflict, intrigue, and revenge set against a backdrop of the struggle for supremacy between Spain and the Ottoman Empire in the Mediterranean that takes place on the island of Malta. So the play where these are the characters, it symbolizes this situation of England where Ottoman Empire, and there was a tussle between Spain and Ottoman Empire, and they wanted to have supremacy over the land of Malta. I hope this point is clear to you. Let's move to the last one. There has been extensive debate about the play's portrayal of Jews and how Elizabethan audiences would have viewed it. So, according to the place, the viewers also changes. They are of different mindset because none of the citizen will like their country being humiliated, their country being defamed by anyone. Therefore, it was extensively debatable topic that was dealt in this book. Question number 4. At what age did Christopher Marlowe die? Option A 33, option B 29, option C 47, and option D 54. So the right answer is option B, that is 29. Now here what you need to remember is that Christopher Marlowe, though he was a very great playwright, who writes dramas, all right, he was of just 29 years when he died. So during that period there used to be a lot of war between countries, and because of lack of sanitation, because of lack of hospitals, people used to die, and out of those deceased people, all right, normal people also used to get affected. That is why maximum writers died at very early age, be it Browning, be it Christopher Marlowe, be it John Keats, all right, whomever you take, all right, there are hardly anyone who died after being old. One of the reason was this. Christopher Marlowe, now we are going to focus on highlighter. Let's see the highlighter of this point. He was born on 26th February 1564 at Canterbury, Kent, England. Please remember these places. Okay, these are asked during examination in MCQs. He died on May 30th, 1593 at the age 29 at Deptford, Kent, England. So, the country was same, but the place was different where he was born and where he died. His occupation is playwright and poet. Playwright or playwright means the one who writes drama. Christopher Marlowe received excessive popularity because of writing drama, and later on he was recognized as a poet as well. He worked actively between 1564 to 1593. This was the golden era of Christopher Marlowe and literature as well, English literature as well. He wrote during Elizabethan age. When he was writing, when he was in England, it was Elizabethan rule. His notable works are Hero and Leander, Tamburlaine the Great, Edward II, The Tragical History of Dr. Faustus, Dido, Queen of Carthage. He belonged to English Renaissance. I hope Renaissance period is clear to everyone because this is a topic which is dealt in history and as well as English literature. Renaissance means rebirth. Alright, there was new age which erupted in England, which is mentioned here. His parents were John Marlowe and Catherine Arthur. Question number 5. When was Christopher Marlowe baptized? Option A 26th February 1564. Option B 12th January 1569. Option C 30th April 1560. And option D 10th October 1547. So the right answer is option A 26th February 1564. Highlighter says he was baptized on this date, that is 26th February 1564 at St. George Church, which is in Canterbury. Next point which is very important is related to William Shakespeare. Let's see what is that. Marlowe's birth was likely to have been a few days before, making him about 2 months older than William Shakespeare, who was baptized on 26th April 1564 in Stratford upon Avon. Now, here what we need to remember is that in Christian, the day when they are baptized, that is their birth date. So here we have to consider their baptized date as their date of birth also. So just remember that William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe were contemporary writers. Contemporary writer means the writers who write at same time frame. Alright, like right now it is 21st century. So if there is somebody who is born on this period, then both the person will be of same era, that is contemporary writers or contemporary people. So that is what we see here as well. William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe were contemporary writers. Question number 6. From which institute did Christopher Marlowe receive bachelor's degree in 1584? Option A, Oxford University. Option B, Trinity College. Option C, Corpus Christi College. Option D, Queen's College. So the right answer is option C, Corpus Christi College. We have already done this highlighter just now, so we are not going to repeat this. We will move to next question. Number 7. Question number 7. Which was Marlowe's first play? Dr. Faustus, Tamburlaine, The Tragedy of Dido, The Jew of Malta. Your answer is option B, that is Tamburlaine, and this is written by Marlowe, which is very great play. Let's see what is there in this Tamburlaine. Tamburlaine the Great, Marlowe's first play performed on the regular stage in London in 1587, was Tamburlaine the Great, about the conqueror Tamburlaine who rises from shepherd to warlord. See, during that period, entire country was at war with their border countries. Therefore, in this era, we find themes like war, bloodshed, kings who were great, kings who were great, kings who were great motivators, etc. So here also we find that a person who had caliber, but earlier he was just a shepherd, whereas later on he became a warlord who was worshipped by many. It talks about present position of human being is not final. If they work hard, if they are dedicated and perseverant, then they will reach to their goal today or tomorrow. And this is vivid example of that. This question is also done, but still I'll revise it very quickly. Christopher Marlowe was born in 1564 and he was the son of a successful wine merchant, a shoemaker in Canterbury, a lawyer, and a ship's captain. So the right answer is option B, that is a shoemaker in Canterbury. I told you that by shoemaking, his father made his son great writer. This is the key hook which I had given you. Highlighter is very important. Let's see. Christopher Marlowe was born to Canterbury shoemaker John Marlowe and his wife Catherine. John Marlowe and Catherine Arthur were the parents of Christopher Marlowe, daughter of William Arthur of Dover. Catherine Arthur was daughter of William Arthur of Dover. Next, he was baptized on 26 February. At this point we have done. Marlowe's birth was likely to have been a few days before, making him about 2 months older than William Shakespeare. These 2 points we have already done, so we are going to skip that. From this first point, please remember who were parents of Christopher Marlowe and who was father of Catherine. Let's move to today's last question, that is, the great period of Elizabethan drama was launched by this invention of Christopher Marlowe's. Option A, sonnet. Option B, elegy. Option C, rhymed iambic pentameter. and option D, blank verse. Christopher Marlowe introduced blank verse in drama in English literature. Let's see the highlighters. In the earliest of Marlowe's plays, the two-part Tamburlaine the Great, which was published in the year 1587, written in 1587 and published in 1590, Marlowe's characteristic mighty line, as Ben Jonson called it, established blank verse as the staple medium for later Elizabethan and Jacobean dramatic writing. See, during that period, it was not known to anybody blank verse. Blank verse means without any rhyme and rhythm. Okay, there will be an essence in the poetry, but it doesn't follow any rhyme or rhythm. Friends, there are many more points which I have to tell you all. Therefore, please be with me. I'll be right back tomorrow with a new video. Till then, take care. Keep preparing. Goodbye.